Welcome to Interrogation, a game where two contestants have up to 20 questions to unravel a mystery. There are no prizes. It's all just for fun and glory. First contestant, the category is animal. Go.
Animal. Okay. Can it fly?
Yes.
Can it fly? Is it extinct?
No.
Is it used as a food source generally?
That's relative. There are many different places they eat many different things. As you live in China,
Yeah.
so you already know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fine.
Dogs are eaten in China. Camels are eaten in Saudi Arabia. So I mean,
yeah, like sure. Okay, so
now if you want to know if my majority of my audience is likely going to be an American, if you want to know if they would consider it a food source, you can. But
in your average American supermarket, would you find this as a food product?
no.
Okay. I've used 4, so is it a bird?
No.
So it can fly and it's an animal. I'm assuming there's a distinction between flying and gliding.
Is that your question?
No.
Well, you got a lot of questions to burn.
Well, sure, but that's not a good strategy. Let's not burn questions, Jack. So we're gonna go with right. It's not a bird and it flies. There's not a lot of things that do that. And now I've got bat in my head, and that's all I can really think.
Is that your question?
So I'm going to ask, is it a bat?
Yes, it's a bat. You got it. Yeah, you got it. I was thinking go down the insect route.
You know, the first question, like, can it fly? Because I thought at first, I was like, is it a land animal? But you might consider a chicken to be a land animal. So I thought, let's rule out. I didn't even know how that fit in. I was just thinking disambiguation between land and fly.
It was a very good first question. You narrowed it down tremendously.
I was lucky because, I instead of chopping the world in half, I literally had a nice little corner slice.
Yeah, you started off.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, if it had been no, it wouldn't have. There'd been a huge area for you to deal with, but you didn't.
I'm having a heart attack right now. I'm not going to lie, Jack.
Well, 5 is a very good number to have. Very good number. In fact, it's probably one of the lowest successful numbers aside from Sir Willow's 2.
No, I am an animal lover, so it was in my zone.
Well, good.
And I love all animals, even the
all of
not so nice ones. Yeah, all of them. Even mosquitoes, they're up there.
Really?
I have a little mosquito cuddle every night. Against my will. They wait till I doze off and they pop in to say hello. I can't stop them.
Really?
I wake up and I'm like, you guys. Yeah, just like, welcome for dinner. Come around more often.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It was a good topic for me, though. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, good. What else can you tell us about your tell what your YouTube channel's name is, and tell us something else about the channel that you haven't told us already in this competition series.
Well, I actually started making YouTube videos back in, I think, 2006, 2007, quite a long time ago now.
Wow.
And I was actually studying filmmaking at university, and when I saw the Blair Witch Project, I was like, anyone could do this. Not like that, because I was, wow, it's genius. It's very effective, but at the same time, it's very achievable, you know. And I thought, wow, like, I guess every video I've ever made, I've tried to like kind of do the best I can, whilst at the same time making sure I have no resources. I hate resources. Don't take them away.
Oh, really?
Lock me in a room with a camera and see what I come up with after 6 weeks.
Cool.
Actually, that'd probably be fun. You'd have to edit down a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, I actually went to Greece and we did like a 6-part series with me and my friend from school, Ben. We traveled around Greece during the Euro crisis, and that was the first time we did like a travel thing. And again, that was shot on like mobile phones and like little mini compact cameras, nothing fancy. And we just try to put a story into our adventure, not hello, this is the news.
Oh, sure.
You know, 7 people shot dead today. We'd be like, oh my God, I think 7 people were just shot dead today. You know, it'd be more like naturalistic. And that's, and always try to have fun with life and see what's out there. And that's what we've been doing on the My Life in China series recently. You know?
Well, cool.
Because you walk out the door and there's something crazy going on. It's just like we live in this gold mine of curiosity, and also it's nice to kind of build some bridges so we understand each other a bit more, because you know, cultural languages and things, what they are, we're always like banging heads with people of other cultures. Excuse me.
Okay.
And languages, and you know, maybe we should just try to get along, work together, and you know, and it's kind of nice actually seeing like, oh, you might like salt and vinegar Pringles, you might like the chili heat wave ones, but we both like Pringles, and that's how the world should be. Everyone likes Pringles.
Yep, that is true.
But Pringles, but that's a metaphor. Not don't eat Pringles; they're bad for you.
No, but I do like their salt and vinegar.
They're really good, aren't they? Yeah.
And the honey mustard. I especially like the honey mustard.
I like the barbecue ones as well. Yeah.
Oh well, I can't eat them. I can't eat tomatoes. So
they have some different flavors out in China.
Oh, I bet they do.
We've got like seaweed flavor Pringles.
Wow.
I'm not joking. The wasabi ones are good.
Oh, no, they don't. I've never seen them here. Those two.
Honestly, I'll do a video about it one day.
Well, cool.
You get some cool flavors of familiar things, though.
Yeah, I guess like in China, Kit Kat is everything. Every flavor you can imagine. Yeah, every flavor you can imagine, they've done it in Japan. Kit Kat.
yeah. Like
everything that you know, any flavor, and they just regularly roll them on out. Where here in America, you don't
lizard's toe flavored crisps, like or you could have, you know, marshmallow and prawns.
Oh yeah. Oh,
if you like, it's a hot day, you really want just an ice lolly, like an ice cream to like cool you down. You go to your local shop. Do you know what you'll see?
What?
Beef flavored ice cream.
Beef?
It literally tastes like green peas.
Green. Okay.
They're so popular.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
You can.
Does it taste good?
You know, I'm sure it's out there on Google if you want to check. But I don't know. That every time I go to the shop, I'm like,
oh, there's something.
That's not an ice cream flavor. But it is. People like it. It works.
Oh, sure. I mean, I lived with a woman for 6 years. She was from Shanghai, China, and to her, licorice is a cooking ingredient and not a candy. And she never understood me eating licorice or eating licorice at a movie theaters. She just thought that was disgusting. And then she made
there's a time and place to eat licorice, and it's a movie theater.
Yeah,
I concur. Like,
yeah. But in China, it's not. And then she made a dish. I think it's rice cakes, though not
yeah,
the
and then suddenly everything
styrofoamized, but
tastes like.
and
They
she,
like the aniseed as well. They use that a lot.
yeah,
And it's
and
such a strong flavor.
she flavored it with licorice, basically.
Yeah.
And this was for a dinner that she was trying to impress my mother with. And my mother had never tasted licorice as an ingredient in a meal. It's always been, candied to her.
Yeah. So that's going to be like
Oh, it was
jumping out on someone and going boo.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah. And
ah,
my mom was very much, and my mom was still alive. My mom was very much, well, she was very much a lady. And so her comment was, well, that was interesting. And and Maggie just took that as, oh wow, that's so great, And then I had to tell her the truth when after my mom left. It says, well, actually, when my mom says something is interesting, it means that it's usually pretty bad. It says, well, that was interesting, and she's not lying. It was very interesting to her to have licorice as part of your meal. And make it,
but that's the thing, you try new things. You
oh yeah,
sometimes you get a nice surprise. Sometimes you really get a shock.
right.
It's,
For my mom, that was a shock.
never know.
That'd be like having the noodles be peppermint flavored. Like wow. Oh, okay, and not being presented as dessert. This is just part of the main cuisine, and that's what licorice rice cakes were for my mom. And it was just hilarious because I knew what was going to happen. You know, but yeah, that's a cultural thing. How some cultures have some ingredients that they view differently.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do
Okay.
you know, that's one thing that I've had actually, because I've had one or two people come through and sort of go, don't judge another culture. And I'm like, but I'm not. But to me, this is new and it's a surprise.
Sure. I mean,
And that's always how I want to come across. But
I've always enjoyed other cultures. In college, my best friend, who boy, if this show takes off, and there's some people in Pakistan, I'm trying to find my best friend in college. His name is Javeed Khan. He went to UW Platteville in the late '80s. Um, if someone can help me get in touch with him, I've lost contact with him. But he was from Pakistan. But he was actually his father was a CFO, I think, of an oil company. I think it was like Shell. I mean, they were rich. I mean, they had like 3 mansions in 3 different countries, etc. But he was actually raised in basically Saudi Arabia, and so
oh
that's
wow,
so he was raised in Saudi Arabia, and he had a thing for Saudi Arabian women. Oh my god, um, and but it was a culture. It was fun going with him around in America because he had this perspective of a different culture, and he turned around to me and he like just being perplexed by what Americans do, just like what you know and it was just very very interesting, and well, I guess actually, I mean, my first real relationship was from a woman from Cameroon, Africa, um blacker than that. Okay. And she was from the British part of Cameroon in Africa, and it was very interesting seeing her interact with America. And then again, the relationship after that one was from a woman from Shanghai, China. I enjoy other cultures. I really do. In fact, if this channel takes off, my hope, my dream is to travel the world for the rest of my life, and then I'll be doing these competitions from wherever I'm at in the world. That's my dream, you know. But right now, I think I'm at like 28 subscribers, so I got a ways to go. Got a little ways to go.
but
Okay.
don't worry about that. I think I'm going to share this like there's no tomorrow. It's so much fun. I've done like, honestly, it's like someone's looking down a gun at you. It's just it's so intense. But yeah, let's carry on. Let's
Okay.
get Frosty back.
All right. Um, Again, this is part 3 of a 5-part series. If you enjoy this, please subscribe to the channel. If you are a YouTuber, podcaster, or an author and would like to appear on this show as a contestant, then link is a link in the description, takes you to a contestant application form. Please fill it out. I'd love to have you on the show. After this commercial break, we'll see how Frosty does. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Interrogation. Frosty, would you tell us something else about your YouTube channel?
Yeah, this is something interesting I want to talk about my YouTube is that other than building and painting from scratch the miniatures, as I haven't told you that building the miniatures take a lot of time. You have to glue, you have to sand, and make sure everything is smooth. There's no like holes the paint can seep through, and then it will look ugly. I will. I also buy miniatures pre-assembled and painted by someone. It's usually yeah, it looks like this. It's very small. You cannot see anything. Still
Okay.
as tiny as ever. Okay. Just to say that these miniatures that have been pre-painted are usually like painted by kids or like someone's husband when they were still uh like little kids, and the wife sometimes sells this item into um like eBay and all that. Like recently on my local selling place, they were selling like all these pre-painted miniatures by their husband, and she was like giving lots and lots of other freebies. And so this like badly painted miniatures, I will like strip the paint off and I will repaint them.
Oh,
Save
okay.
money and yeah, makes it look better and all that. Yep.
Oh,
That's
cool.
it.
Okay, you're recycling
Yeah.
figurines. Oh, that's really
Hmm.
cool. Cool. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Contestant, the category is animal. Go.
Edible. I got 5 questions to ask.
5
Okay.
questions. He did well.
Does the
So,
animal creep you out? Creep people out in general?
Yes.
I think that's a good start.
Uh, does it have 6 legs?
No.
So it's not an insect. Uh, 3 more questions.
3 more
You did it in
questions.
5. Nice. Does it eat other animals?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I think that. Do you know, Frosty? Sorry, I want to say not always. Just to help you out on that last question.
Oh, not always.
Yeah, like do they eat other animals? I'd say obviously Jack can only say yes or no. I want to say not always.
Ah,
And am I telling the truth, Jack?
Um,
I'm not lying, right?
no, you're not lying because it does. I I can't discuss it because that would give clues away.
Oh yeah.
No, but you can. You're completely free. I am restrained by what I can say. To be fair to both of you, although right now he's got 2 questions, so I mean,
No.
we could put this on a silver platter right now.
Frosty,
does it even have legs?
Yes, it does.
Ah.
1 question.
what animal has no legs?
Snails.
Worms.
What is that?
The animal kingdom is, I mean, the animal kingdom
Yeah, they're
basically
full
any
of things like
creature.
snakes. Snakes don't have legs.
Yeah.
Fine.
Uh,
Yeah.
Fish don't have legs. I mean, and the animal kingdom is huge. Anything
Fish are
else.
animals too. Yeah.
Yeah, fish are animals too. Worms are animals. 1 question. Is
And
creepy. You're right. It creeps some people
Pretty
out.
creepy.
Okay. It doesn't have 6 legs, but it does have legs.
wow, 5.
Now it's 1.
It creeps and sometimes eat other animals. Wait, this last one is it should be an answer, right?
Yes, it should be an answer. You should be naming an animal.
Uh,
I think
Dave
you
got
should try and
really,
narrow it down.
yeah, Dave got really lucky by his first question, narrowed it tremendously down. That's
It
what he
wasn't luck.
Well, it
It
was,
was science. I
it
used science.
was,
Oh my god.
it was luck. He asked the question, he narrowed it down really quick.
am I is my question quite narrow or is it?
Well,
very
right now
far?
you'd have to name an animal because you have one question left.
A
Freak
chimpanzee.
people out and
A
has legs.
chimpanzee?
Yeah.
No, it was the animal was a bat. Oh, I thought when you said does it creep people out, I thought, okay, hey, that's not that bad of a question. You know,
Yeah,
but
I thought I was like, oh no, that's a good
yeah,
start.
I thought it was okay because there's and bats do freak. I mean, when I was growing up, we lived on a golf course, and the golf course they have a pond in the middle of the golf course that they actually use as their water reserve to run all their sprinklers out of, and they had a bat house over the pond, and these bats would come out at night and eat all the mosquitoes, all the insects,
Oh,
and it would freak out the girls in our neighborhood. It would, if these bats came and hit their hair, which they're not, the bats aren't trying to attack us, they're just eating the insects that are flying around us. They're actually doing us a favor. But boy, when they hit the hair, these girls would let out a bug curdling scream you can't imagine, and they would run for it. Unfortunately, us guys, we would take our flashlights and beam it at the bats, and that would cause them to fall down. You know, we're kids. You know, we never tried to kill a bat, to my knowledge. But that's what. So yeah, they can creep people on out. I mean, there's Batman. You know. Okay.
poop.
Well, this
They poop a lot, right?
what?
They poop a lot, right? They have a very distinct like poop.
Yeah.
My yeah.
Guano.
Iguana. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you can make pots out of it.
yeah, and also they've used it as
true.
fertilizers. They've
Yeah.
had the caves where these things are at, that would be mined for just their poop because there's a huge what is it?
Biofuel
Phos-
kind of. You can just
phosphorus?
burn it like peat, right?
Yeah, but it's also a fertilizer. That's mainly
Yeah.
just a huge amount of it. You know, and I've gone in caves where there's bats where you're walking and you look up there and you're not allowed to use a flashlight up there because you don't want to disturb the bats, but they have enough lighting in the cave that you can see all these bats all over. And where we were walking, they had a little cover on top, which was a plexiglass cover, because these bats would poop all the time. And you see this thing just covered, this plastic cover just being pooped. And I remember watching, and a poop came down and would have hit me if it hadn't been for the glass. It was like, oh my gosh. And but they also consume their weight in insects every night when they fly out. Consume their, and they mainly eat insects, but there are ones that are vampire bats that they go and they suck the blood of animals like livestock, etc. I don't know was that the one you're thinking of, that they don't eat animals, Dave?
Well, I mean, you get fruit bats. Is it? I think there's hundreds of species of bats. They all have very specific diets.
Yeah, they have, some eat just fruit. Some I think eat just a certain type of fruit. You know, very very limited.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was 3 out of 5. Right now it is 2-0 with one tie. Right? Is that how it is? Okay,
Yes.
We'll come back for round 4. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.